Have I ever made you feel less than because you've sucked a million dick?
Do we need therapy?
Yeah. Right about now, we're gonna take it from the top. Right about now, we're gonna take it from the top. Right about now, we're gonna take it from the top. Right about now, we're gonna take it from the top.
Guess what? Season finale on the bitch. Not your therapist. Already on the wrist. I don't know how to freestyle, but that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Nice.
That was bars.
Bars on bars on bars.
Nice. This is our final session
Of season 1. Crazy.
What the fuck?
Isn't that stupid?
That's crazy.
That
I
is really
remember when we came up with this concept, like we were literally just sitting around talking our shit, being like, no, we need mics, we need cameras, this is a thing.
We need action.
And yeah, we need
I'm
drama.
talking mics. I'm talking.
And now it's been a whole fucking season.
Crazy.
Oh
no.
no, I think it's good.
Hello, do the mics work?
No, they do. I think it's just at the beginning we're talking. Yeah.
Hello.
Insane.
Not technical issues on our last.
We're never gonna get a sponsorship.
Yeah. I guess we're never going to get a sponsorship. We're never going to make a single dollar off this pod. No, I'm going to tell you guys what Jim said to us one time. Okay. So one time we were, I was editing one of the sessions.
The first session.
Was it the first session?
Yeah.
No, it was
It was
not.
the first session.
It was the first session.
I think it was.
Okay. Okay. I was wrong. I can admit when I'm wrong.
Okay.
Whoa.
Sorry, I meant the arrow was directed. So one time I was editing a session and I had like uploaded it and sent it to Vic and Jamie to watch. And then there was like an audio glitch that I didn't take out because I felt like it was like an important part to keep in.
It was like a 30-second audio glitch of.
I think it actually worked
crunching.
out to be 5 seconds.
After editing.
Yeah.
But during. But I'm just saying
once
it was a long
in
clip
it-
of
Oh,
like,
okay,
audio
yeah.
issues.
So anyway, so I upload the episode. Vic and Jim are like, no, like, what are you doing? Like, you can't keep this in. Like, this is like, this like makes our quality look shit and whatever. And I'm like, I don't really think it's that big a deal. Like, it's like almost an hour-long episode. There's only like a small glitch. It only glitches for like a few seconds. And then Jim goes, well, if you never
so
want to
different on there and then mine, but here we go.
Okay, you say no. Let me say
you
what
say
I
it, yeah.
heard versus
Yeah.
what you said.
Yeah.
Okay, so she says to me, "Okay, well, yeah, for sure, we can keep the audio glitch in if you don't care about getting sponsorships and making money on the podcast." And we're like, "What?"
Well,
the
when you
fuck?
put it like
When
that-
you put it that way, well, now we have to fucking scrap the whole episode.
Okay. So, okay, first and foremost, let me admit wholeheartedly that I can be a condescending piece of shit when I want to be. When I want to be, 100%. I'm also outrageous. I can be, 100%. I can be manipulative. I can be very condescending. I know this. I know this, and I never hide it because I know this. But I also am like super blunt and just like say shit. And for me, there's nothing in between the lines. But I realize like when you tell me that, I'm like, wow, I was a piece of shit. Not taking that away. But like in my head, it wasn't that deep.
Yeah.
Like what I was saying, which is in between the lines. How are you guys supposed to read in between the lines? I literally, in my head, I was like, honestly, like if this year we just want, this session or season, fuck, I'm having a stroke. On this season, if we just want to focus on putting content out there and like not worry about anything else, then fuck it, let's leave it in
And not worry about the quality.
Yeah, not worry about quality. Let's be honest here, it's not quality. If there's audio issues, it means there's a lack of quality. That's
But
the definition.
is there audio issues or was there a glitch in the mic? You know,
That's audio issues.
but like I feel like saying audio issues is like
I
the whole
also
episode.
5 seconds of audio issues. That's it.
Yeah.
I feel like almost every single episode, I mean, I don't know on your end, every episode that I was doing, there was an audio issue at some point.
But we can't figure out why. It
yeah,
just will
because it was
randomly
different
I
mics
know.
every time.
Yeah.
I don't know
It's
what.
never consistent.
Definitely gonna have to hire somebody to do that. If you guys can just stream this a little more, so that we can afford to get somebody to
Hire
do
a
it for
whole
us,
fucking team.
then we won't have this fucking fight. Just kidding. But I apologize first and foremost because it was condescending. Secondly, I wasn't meaning to be condescending, but it doesn't take away that it was condescending. Take accountability out there. Thirdly, you're all pieces of fucking shit and you're sensitive as shit. I'm kidding.
Cecilia did a great job with you.
Yeah. I did not mean to come off that way. In my head, it wasn't condescending, but it does not eliminate the fact that it sounded outrageously condescending. So I'm sorry and I love you.
Oh my God. Okay, well,
I was laughing about it, but
yeah, we were just like, oh,
no,
it was
yeah,
fucking
hilarious.
Jim. We're like,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
of course we don't want to make money off. We don't want a job. We don't need our lights on. Like, the fuck?
Yeah, last night. So this is what we talked about at first. Was last night when we first drove up.
Oh my God.
I don't remember the last time I've laughed that
Oh my
loud
God.
in my life.
we had the zoomies together. We had the giggles. We
Yeah,
were
it was like the
giggling.
late night delirious. We were all so fucking tired, cracking up. I was literally howling.
Oh my God. And we were talking about your guys' OnlyFans. We were talking about your guys' OnlyFans and how like people message you like asking you guys to do stuff and like they ask you to ask them to do stuff.
I think what started it was someone had messaged me asking, well, I guess messaged us, but I responded to them asking if Carly could give me a foot massage.
And I was like, babe, I have an idea. We should start an OnlyFans. And we were just laughing how I do all these like bot accounts and just message us being like, I'd love to see Vic give Jamie a full body massage with the most expensive oil.
A deep tissue
massage.
Just like every single one. And then you said that like we'd get like a serious one at one point where it was like me having to do something.
Must be a bot. Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's definitely a bot. Just kidding. I made that account. I said that as a joke. I don't really want you to eat my ass.
Oh my God. It was crazy. Speaking of eating ass, do you guys want to make out? Finally, we've been asking all season.
I feel like today might be the day.
Oh my God.
It might
They're
be.
blue balling us.
Blue balling on.
Wait till the end of the season finale to
my
see
mouth
if we
also
kiss
do
or
that?
not.
What just happened?
That pricked me.
Oh, rub it.
Okay, enough with the tweezers, you guys.
You
It's
should have
crazy.
saw when you guys left the room and I was like rapid fire round.
Yeah, you went for it.
No, that's crazy. I think that you have a serious issue, and I think that this is your intervention.
I'm a little sweaty. Yeah, that was a good hello.
Hey. I think people like seeing it.
Yeah, I think that was a beautiful moment.
No.
There's no data yet.
Are you saying
No
you're,
data
are you
yet.
saying you're against people with PCOS?
That's exactly where I was going with that. I'm so glad you could read between the lines.
Whoa. Speaking of you hating people.
You should make out with Vic. So, I want to talk about one of our favorite memories together, and then I want to get into something real serious that's gonna absolutely get us canceled, but whatever.
Already been
Who
there.
needs oil when you have this amount of sweat?
You're making me nervous. I'm nervous about them making out.
I'm excited. I'm sweating somewhere else. My penis.
Yeah, for sure. That's where I was going.
Love when your penis sweats.
I would like you guys to tell the story of when Vic and I were staying at. That felt really nice. I know it was for your self gain, but it felt really nice.
I like that it was mutually pleasurable.
When we were staying at a hotel, did we have a show? Were we playing a show?
It was the Grey Cup.
It was the Grey Cup in Hamilton, and then you guys came up to see us, and we went for a drive.
That was my favorite night that I think we've ever all had together. Last night was also up there. with the
Yeah, that
giggles,
was
but-
fun.
Last night was just fun for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like a
Those are the
good-
best times, you know?
So we came up, we saw you guys, and then we went to like do an escape room. We went to get food, and then we were dropping you off, and we were talking about how much we already missed you guys, and we just hate being without you. And so
Like, we have this separation anxiety
Literal.
and like severe attachment issues.
And so Carly was driving, and we get to your hotel, and then we're like, oh, I wish we could just like spend, so many more hours together. And so Carly's like, okay, well, here's your hotel. And she's driving like 3 kilometers an hour up to the
Like,
thing.
not being facetious. Like,
No,
it was actually
like,
3 kilometers an hour.
Barely, almost 0.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like you went around the whole, but like you sped past the door?
Yeah, so she went to drop you off, and she's like, okay, and then floored it and sped around. She's like, oh, fuck, missed the turn. Yeah. You were out,
And
we were
then
out
I
front.
slowly went around the whole fucking building. Like,
But we did it like 20 times, and there was a security guard who was sitting outside, and then we were like, oh my god, like we need to fuck with him, because every time we come around he's like laughing at us or looking at us, and we should like wave to him. So we would go around, and then we would like wave to him, or we'd go around and like roll the windows down, and then like we were just fucking around laughing our asses
We're
off.
children. It's fine.
No.
And then I was like, oh my God, babe, you have to ask for this guy's number.
So it's a separate story. Continue.
So yeah, you were like, get his number, and
Because we were going around and around and around. I'm like, how funny would it be if
No,
you said
no, it wasn't we're gonna get his number. It was to ask. His security car is parked right in front of the hotel doors, and I was gonna ask where the hotel was. I'm like, sorry, I'm looking for the Hilton. I don't remember what hotel.
No, it was we were going around, so I was like, why don't you get his attention and say, I've been looking everywhere and I can't find your number.
Oh yeah.
Remember, I was like, so roll down your window and be like, sorry, like I've just been looking everywhere and I can't find your number.
Okay. So that did you get pickup line?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it took us so long to convince you to do it. And then she finally was like, fuck it, let's do it. And I got so excited.
Yeah, so then I because Mercedes loves to watch me like flirt with other people in front. You're kind of a cuck.
Maybe I am.
You are a cuck.
I told you it's where it's
my
at.
God. Okay.
Continue.
So anyways, so I finally get the courage, and then I like roll down the window, and he's like staring at me, and he's in like a security car. And so I'm like, oh my God, like I've been looking everywhere and I can't seem to find your number. And this man stares me dead in the fucking eyes. And he's like, it's on the car.
His security number. The security
He's in a Garda security car.
He's like, it's on the car. And I don't even remember.
I lost it.
We were fucking crying, laughing for probably an hour. And we just kept going and going and going. And it was like, I was probably car sick by the end of it.
Yeah.
Circling around. But that was so
God,
fucking
that
like,
was one of my favorite moments.
I feel like it's one of those things where I say it now and I'm like, no, it's funny. But in the moment, it was like,
No,
you
we
just
were-
had to be there.
Like you got abs from
Yeah.
laughing so hard.
But now no one's going to think it's funny.
no, I think it's
Because
funny.
we all didn't
You're
even laugh
insecure.
when the fucking punchline hit, you know? It couldn't be that funny.
I was just laughing.
I was
I,
laughing.
feel
I was
it in my
laughing too.
throat. Yeah. You were the only
Wow,
one not laughing,
Carl.
maybe because you were telling the story.
Whoa.
Kiss.
Fight the last episode. Yeah. Oh my
It's our
God.
final episode forever.
Oh my God, don't say that.
Is there going to be a season 2?
Well, we took out the audio issues, so I think we'll get an endorsement for season 2.
Fucking asshole. Crazy.
Yeah, we're coming back officially, folks, with a season 2.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna take a couple weeks off, chill, rejuvenate.
We've got a little bit of traveling
Yeah,
to
you're gonna be in
do.
South Africa.
We are going to South Africa.
We're going to go visit the elephants.
Yeah.
Wait, did you guys see? I think it was on TMZ. A woman was like on an African safari and an elephant killed her.
Great, impeccable timing.
It's
It's my dream to be killed by an elephant. Don't look at
It
me.
is impeccable
Talk
timing.
to her.
It was a perfect time to bring it up in the podcast.
I don't know what to tell you, baby. You're not gonna get killed by an elephant. They won't let anything happen.
That's like the least of my worries right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm worried
what's
about the
the first
snakes in the trees that I'm hearing about.
Oh yeah, the Jasmines were telling us about that.
Yeah, that was
you lose some, you lose
fucked
some.
up.
Jasmine was like, well, I know that I will not be under any trees. And I was like, huh? And then she was like, because snakes are on the ground. And she's like, yeah, there's like snakes that fall from the trees. Crazy. Yeah. Are you scared of snakes?
I mean, I don't love them. I'm not like, I'm scared of them for sure, but I'm not like worried about, like, I'll just look up, see if I can see a snake.
Just look up.
Terrified
You're terrified of snakes.
of snakes.
Are you
And
trying
if
to look up
I
the elephant?
see any snake near me, I will probably just simply pass away.
Simply.
Okay, do you guys want to know what happened to her? Okay. So it was a 79-year-old woman. She lived in Arizona and she was killed by an elephant while on an African safari. The elephant charged at her vehicle, which was filled with other tourists. Oh my God. This is,
Maybe let's not.
no, I'm going to cry. It says, sorry, baby, plug your ears. It says, her daughter says she loved to travel and had planned for this to be her last big vacation. It was kind of like her bucket list trip.
I mean, that's one way to go out, I guess.
Is it?
Oh my God, no.
Anyways,
That's so sad.
No, I'm sorry, babe. We have to talk about it for a second. Are you fucking kidding me? The first Jeep was able to get away, but the second Jeep wasn't able to. Couldn't get out of there fast enough. I believe the elephant charged from 1.5 miles away and charged straight up to the vehicle and took his husk and flipped the Jeep over.
Did anybody else die or just her?
I think it was just her.
Oh.
Oh my God. As tragic as this is, she really lived every minute of a life and enjoyed it.
That's so sad.
I'm
scared
sorry,
of
but
going on
like,
safari.
really?
Do you guys want to know a fun fact about me?
Yes.
My therapist told me that I create my own trauma from experiences that I've never had.
I think I have that too.
So I hear things like I cannot watch like extremely sad things or like the news or like really fucked up things because I will think about it and it causes actual trauma in
Like,
me.
take it on yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she literally told me that I create. So now I have to avoid anything at all costs.
I don't think that's the solution. Do you think maybe your therapist can give you some coping mechanisms for that rather than just
Probably not.
just rather than avoiding the entire world?
Yeah, she never told me to avoid it. She just told me what it is.
But she never told you how to deal with it.
No, so that's what I
you're
have to do.
avoiding it.
Yeah, she
but-
didn't give me that advice.
So what coping is?
Hold up.
That's hard. What
Coping
coping
mechanisms.
mechanisms did she give you?
I'll have to ask again. I can't remember.
How
Okay,
convenient.
but following up, can you also like just have a thought and like almost like create a scenario in your head and like actually be devastated about it?
Yes, that's a story of my life.
Because I do that too.
Yeah.
Like I'll like play
Because
out
I
this
have,
whole
I
story
have
in my
like
head and be
intrusive
like,
thoughts though.
well, I'm sad because that. I
Yeah.
mean, it didn't happen, but
Yeah.
what if it did?
Yep. The what ifs. Yep.
I feel like that's
Anyways.
normal. I feel like everyone kind of has had those where you just like create a whole fucking scenario. I feel like I do that the most when I'm driving by myself for like long amounts of time. Like when I went to Toronto the other day, I had 3 hours just to fucking think. I probably cried during
the
like, you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
just like
Yeah, I do that
picture
too much.
fucked up shit in your head.
Oh, a dog is not.
Okay,
passing
why
away
is
outside.
no? But
think that
why
was
is
Jasper.
there a dog outside when it's the eclipse?
It's
Like,
not anymore.
They
It's
actually
over.
say it's 4:10.
Yeah.
It's over for sure.
Yeah, it was over when it was over and the 4 minutes that it took.
No, it
was over when it was
wasn't.
over.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
they
know
say
anything
it
about the
lasts
eclipse.
2 hours, so 2 to 4 technically, but it was like over
Okay.
during the like when it's bright out. I think it's all said and done.
Okay,
You sure?
The eclipse of the heart. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
I feel like it's difficult for me when things I get really excited about and I'm like, oh my God, baby, come look, and then you just don't care.
It's
Like
not
the
that
eclipse.
I had a lot of anxiety about it, and you knew that. So it's not that I didn't care. I was terrified to be outside.
But you didn't even come down. I didn't
'Cause-
ask you to even. I said
'cause I was
come down.
terrified.
Yeah, but you couldn't even come downstairs.
I
and stay
did
in
come
the house.
downstairs.
But I'm saying when I was calling you, you were like, no.
No, I did come. I didn't say no. I did go.
You guys said no.
No, you said, do you want to come see? And I said, no, I'm terrified. And then you said, come downstairs, come downstairs, come downstairs. So then I came downstairs, and then you were mad that I didn't go outside. When you knew before, when
Well, no, I
we got the
wasn't
glasses,
mad.
that I told you. You just said it makes you
I didn't
upset.
say. I didn't say mad.
Okay, sorry, upset. So I think that's not fair of you to say when I'm the one that
Well,
has
I think
anxiety.
it's
And you're like,
fair
it makes me upset that you have anxiety.
I never
Story
said it
of our
makes me
lives.
upset that you have anxiety. I said that it makes me upset
That I
when
didn't care.
I'm excited about things and that it felt like
But
you
it's
didn't
not
care.
that I didn't care. I had
Okay, but I
expressed
still
to you how
feel-
much anxiety I felt about it, and that I wasn't going to watch it. I told you that yesterday when we got the glasses. I said I'm not going to watch it because it gives me a lot of anxiety. So I prepared you for that reaction.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm still saying I'm allowed to have valid feelings that you can't like enjoy stuff like that with me.
Yeah.
I'm still allowed to feel upset if you can't enjoy the things that like I enjoy
Mhm.
together.
Okay.
You know?
Did you acknowledge my anxiety at all, though, in that whole? Did you try and make me feel better about it, or do you just get upset with me?
Well, no, I brought up the point, so I guess we were talking about my feelings first, and now the
Oh.
floor is totally open to talk about your anxiety and your feelings.
That's okay.
Where are we going wrong?
I fucking love it.
Therapize us. Therapize us.
Therapize. This is our life when we come to Carly and Mercedes and vice
What
versa.
just happened there?
I thought that was really healthy communication because you both said how you felt and then you both listened.
But neither of us feel better.
But exactly, because you guys never, I think you guys never come to a full acceptance of who each other are. Who each other is? Grammar. Like, you guys do all the steps, and then right when it's like, okay, you both just like mental block it, and then that's the end of it. Or, I'm not going to say the other part of that sentence, but whatever.
What?
No.
Come on, it's the finale. Give us something juicy.
Wait, do you think I mentally
Yeah.
block it out?
Yes. Yeah. I think that like Carly was like, okay. And you're like, okay. That's
Yeah.
the end of the conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. I have zero patience for our communication. Like, zero.
I know.
Like, negative.
Yeah, we heard you the first 3.
Yeah, we're definitely picking up.
We
early
know what
now.
0 means.
But then I had to let you know that it wasn't actually zero. It's in the negatives.
Why?
Because it's been 4 years of not being like, we literally know exactly what the other person needs. I know exactly how she needs me to communicate. She knows exactly how I need her to communicate, and we just don't do it. It's like we just can't give each other what the other person needs.
Yet.
And maybe, but yet is, I love how optimistic you are, but it's been 4 years.
But imagine
At
being
what
that
point-
negative though. Like
I'm asking a question, and I said, how is it being negative? And I say, I love how optimistic you are.
I think it's just the way you said it. But
it's the way you say
that.
it.
Just adding that in. It's just,
Okay,
Like,
well,
she says it as if it'll never change.
but,
and that
but why is
irritates
it
me.
wrong for me to also like have my own? You believe it will change. Why is it wrong for me to believe that it won't?
Because that is your mental block right there. Because you believe it will not change, so you're subconsciously
Not letting it
change.
But what's made me be able to believe that it will change? You just sit there without doing anything, being like, yeah, it'll get better. How? When? Where?
That's not true. I actually make a great effort every single day in our communication, in our
That's the issue. Is that you're making all this effort, I'm making all this effort. It's still not good
but
enough.
you have a mental block. You're making the effort, but then like don't think it'll change. It's like I feel like that's like
Those two things don't have to go hand in hand for me. I can still make all the effort and think that.
But I'm saying if you don't subconsciously believe that it's gonna change, how is it ever gonna change? Like you are literally stopping yourself from like allowing it to change, and whether it's conscious or not.
I'm open for it to change. I just don't believe that it will. And it's not that I feel like I'm not trying. Like I'm still trying. I'm open for it to change, but my belief in this moment is that it won't. But I'm still open to that.
But you've seen it progress. You've seen us go from like not being able to like talk or like literally have disagreements where like we just like can't speak at all, and it like lingers for so long, and we've really worked hard on that and changed that. So like I don't understand, if you've seen changes, why do you believe that it can't change any further? Like this
our
is the
changes
most
are like we agree to disagree. Like we've never
Not
solved
true.
like the core issue though.
we have worked on it for sure.
Yeah, we do work. We work every
Yeah, but
single
you're-
day, all day long. All we do is work and put effort in.
can I ask a
Well,
personal
that's a
question to both of
relationship.
you?
Yeah.
If you could just one word, 3 things that you could change about your communication, what would it be?
We have our big 3.
Oh, what
We have
Well, no, that's no. That's during a fight. So what we need
Yeah,
to change,
but
like
that's
during
the-
the fight.
but
But
that's
the
the
issue
issue.
is with communication. I
We
think
can-
is very.
No, we can communicate on a whole. Sorry, I just cut you off, but like our issues with communication are during conflict. We can talk all day long when things are good and fine. It's like when we're in conflict or disagreement, that's when our communication goes to shit.
For sure. Would you say that the conversation you just had was conflict though?
I think that's the thing. We're not even having conflict,
That's
but
what I
how
mean.
we communicate makes it seem like we're always.
That's why I'm saying
Arguing when there's never
outside of a
actually an issue.
conflict. That's what I mean is outside of a.
That's what
it
I'm
could
saying.
Be, it could include a conflict. Like those could be your 3.
Yeah.
But like outside of a conflict or whatever, what are if you could just pick 3 fucking things right off the bat that you could change, what would it be?
Well, I feel like we speak different languages. Like I want to feel like we like.
Like, you want to speak Spanish?
Arriba.
No, like I just feel like when we speak, it's like nothing resonates with the other person. We just don't understand each other. And even if I feel like I'm being clear as day, could not be more clear, she just doesn't understand, and vice versa.
Okay, so lack of understanding. Second
Lack of
one.
understanding. Interrupting. We both just want to speak. We don't want to actually listen.
And
Like
you
it's
both
like,
do it?
yeah, we both like, I'm just like, I feel like I already know what she's going to say. So I just want to speak my next part. And she feels like I don't listen, and vice versa. Like I can hear, she's like, but when I'm speaking, she's like, but. So she's not actually sitting there taking it in, listening, thinking of her answer, and then responding.
Okay.
She's just speaking back.
And Trace? You don't have to come up with 3. You can come up with one if you want.
Oh no, you're on a roll.
And I think we talk too much. I think things don't need to be spoken about. Like we can just be like, yeah, whatever, and let it go. But I feel like we like
Dissect
have this need to dissect every single aspect and talk about every single thing, when I just feel like that's where it causes like a lot of my lack of patience, because I'm like, I don't want to sit here for 3 hours talking about something that's not even a conflict. The only reason it's a conflict is because we can't speak to each other. There's not an actual issue. It's just we're speaking to each other and then mad at how we're speaking to each other. You know? I don't know.
I don't know, she says.
But I don't know. I'm not a therapist.
End of episode. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, kind of going back though, I'm interested on like your opinion, because you've said in the past that like in previous relationships, when you go to somebody with something, you're like in your head they've already failed because you don't think that they'll change. So do you think that would kind of like go hand in hand with what you guys are going through?
I think I mean, I especially see it with you guys, but like, I mean, we've talked about this a lot. I think that I walk into things with an expectation of how they're going to go. I think you do that too. And it's not, it's just is what it is. Like, put a bad label on it, put a good label on it. Who cares? In the past, I've gone into things, yes, already being like, fuck, like I have no confidence that things will change or things will this. I agree that, in my opinion, I think that it's important to believe entirely in that change is possible if you wish to achieve it. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
If not, you're literally doing yourself the biggest disservice. That's just my belief, and I could be 100% wrong. I just think that if you can't say, okay, I'm gonna fucking fake it till I make it, and I'm not gonna forget to make it. Like, I think that's the way that you get through a lot of things in life, not just relationship shit, but career shit, whatever.
Yeah.
So I made a conscious effort in this relationship for the first time probably ever to like more live and let live, really take the time to understand how you are, give you the space to understand who I am, and then adapt from there. Which takes a lot of work. But when I hear kind of you guys talking about like, we work every day, I think that like, I guess if you're doing the same thing every day and putting in the same work and it's not working, what do you switch? Do you switch doing things another way? And I don't know what that is for you guys. Like, I genuinely don't know, but I am interested in, if it feels so redundant every day having the same fight over and over again, or the same communications issues, is it one of those things where you drastically, steer right or left? And I don't know what that means necessarily, but that's probably not helpful because I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, what is right or left?
Like, I think it's like, I don't know how to use like us as an example. Like Vic and I just started a reset. We just hit a fucking reset on our relationship where I got back from LA and I was like, we're hitting a reset. I am going to not be resentful for anything. You are not going to be resentful for anything. We are going to forgive everything that we've done up until now and all of our issues. We are, from this point on, going to be the couple that we said that we were going to be, that we talked about being.
Yeah.
And whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
And when I hit that reset, it's not that I forgot about everything. It's not that she forgot about everything, I'm assuming. It's that, okay, we're starting fucking fresh as if it's day one. And it takes a lot of mental capacity every day to like yank myself back there of being like, hey, no, like I'm like, as soon as I get maybe a little resentful or something, I'm like, no, you fucking made a promise that you're not going to do that. And so I pull myself back, and that's how you rewire your brain, right? That's like an example of something that's so drastically turning right or left to me.
And I think that is such a good way to go about things, because sometimes like when you're just like consistently fighting about the same fucking issues, and you have to just like either like agree to disagree, like respect the other person's opinion. But if it's something like, why are you going to waste all this time and energy on like fighting about the same things if it's not going to like make a difference at the end of the day and you guys are almost just like fighting to be right,
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
good just to be like, okay, fuck this, let's put it in the past and move on. But like transparently, I feel like I would be able to do that, and I feel like I'm good at that, but I do not feel like that is something that would come easy to you.
I feel like it's the opposite.
What?
Just because
I feel like
I am always like agree to disagree, but I feel like you are so insistent on like talking through everything and making sure everything is like solved and whatever. Like
yes, absolutely, but I think
but
that
you forget to know that like some things just aren't going to be solved. Like some things we are just so fundamentally different that I'm willing to like agree to disagree, let it go.
100%, but I don't feel like when we agree to disagree, I feel like I can like move on with the day. I don't feel like you do that.
No, I absolutely can and have, but there have been moments where I haven't been able to because the issue is very serious to me, or something that you did is like affected me in a way
absolutely,
where I'm not trying to just be like, okay, cool, and then back to doing whatever.
No, for sure, but I think it's like maybe those moments have happened like more recently than, like, you know what I mean? Like maybe it's because all those moments where like you haven't let things go have been towards like the last little bit of our relationship versus like spread out. So I haven't really seen like the positives in a long time, if that makes sense. Like you kind of seeing like the positive side of things in a while. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's your perspective.
Oh, okay. Oh my God. That wasn't meant to be bad. I thought you were going to like say something else.
I feel like I also think that like sometimes things this is very intimate.
Yeah.
I also feel like some things shouldn't be like agree to disagree. Like I feel like that's the problem, is that like if you can't, like at what point is it so different that it's like, oh, like we have to figure out how to move past this core issue. Like I like how you bring up core issues all the time because it does stem from that. But it's like if there's some things that like if she said agree to disagree, I'd be like, no.
Yeah.
But I feel like we wouldn't get anywhere if we didn't do that. We would go back and forth and back and forth and back and
doing
forth.
it that way, and you still haven't gone anywhere. I guess that's
no. But we've tried both ways. We've tried to fight it out and just keep talking until we understand the other person, and it always ends up getting worse and worse. It doesn't get better. Like fights, I feel like are supposed to get better, ours get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, and to a point where we're like,
see, that's sorry. Yeah, I cut you off.
that's it.
Okay, because like I don't always feel like that's true. Like I feel like you what?
Of course. Like we're just not on the same page.
We've literally had talks recently about like how even like in LA, like the first time we went to LA, we fought like fucking crazy, like almost broke up, fought so hard, like it was so fucking bad. And this time we were literally just talking about this less than a week ago about how this trip was like so much better, and anytime that we had any sort of issue, we were able to like take our little bit of time, talk about it, and then not like drag it on. Like we resolved our issues and conflicts quickly, and like got back to a point where like, because you know when like you're just so fucking irritated and pissed off at your partner, like you don't want to be around them, you don't want to be near them, like you just need your own fucking space. Like those moments did not last long for us. And so I was just saying, like, I feel like
we
that's
didn't really
something-
have conflict in LA.
but that's what I'm saying. Okay, but I feel like the way you were saying it was like,
No, when I'm not saying that we can never resolve a fight. I'm saying that a lot of the times we are not on the same page.
yeah,
And-
but I feel like there was times in LA where we weren't on the same page, and then we got over it. That's what I'm saying. Like there was
we fought about Jax.
okay.
Like what else did we fight about?
There's like a situation. I don't know if I want to talk about it on like.
It was when
Ew,
I was
I
there.
fucking hate that.
It was when I was there, wasn't it? You guys just
No.
Yes, we did. What the Jax situation was when.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Oh,
we
what?
we
I didn't see you
no,
fight.
we fought about like.
I was
Jack.
joking.
No, we fought about Jax when you were there, but there was like another situation that like we had kind of like handled it, and then it like kind of came back around, and then it's like the first time we dealt with it really well, the second time it came around not so well, and then it was kind of like.
But
a
that's
lot
the
of
thing
back
is like
and forth.
why like that's what doesn't make sense to me is it's like I feel like there will be times where we solve an issue or we come to a point where we're like okay,
Yes.
and then it gets brought up again and it's a blowout. Like why does it need to even get You know,
I think the reason
once
is
it's
because it
solved-
feels unresolved for one of
but that's the
you.
thing.
Because it's
But
not
so
let
that's what I'm saying.
go.
I don't think that any of our problems get fully to the core, deeply resolved. Our issues are
Yeah,
either
maybe.
we're going to forget about it, we're going to agree to disagree,
Yeah.
we're going to sweep it under the rug, or we're going to be like, one of us just gives up because the other person doesn't. So we're like, okay, yep, sure, you're right. You know?
Yeah. But I think maybe it's like not even so much as like the issue isn't resolved. It's like we can like resolve like the tangible issue, but I think it's maybe the feeling walking away of like, okay, that issue is resolved, but I don't feel like my feelings were understood,
Validated.
or validated. And so maybe
it's just
that's
always something.
Maybe that's what lingers. Like it's not necessarily like the actual problem itself, then it bleeds into other things.
No,
but like
I feel like we rarely have actual problems.
Yeah.
That's the issue, is that we don't have concrete, real problems that we would actually fight about. We'll fight about like work things, and then the way we communicate from the work situation causes a
yeah.
huge fight.
the issue, yeah.
So the communication is our biggest issue. We don't have issues like we don't have things to actually that are real, like money. We don't have anything like regarding money that makes us fight. We don't have like really household things that make us fight. We don't have, you know what I mean? Like we get annoyed with each other, and then trying to communicate why we're annoyed with each other at little things that if we had space, that wouldn't even happen.
Yeah.
That it causes a
Yeah.
blowout within our communication.
Yeah.
But I guess that's my point, is that then create space.
No, that's our number one thing, is that
That's
we
what
need
we
space,
need to
but we don't know
do.
how to get it.
Why?
Why?
Because we work together. We have all the same friends. We like,
But would it not be like delegating time to yourself, like running errands by yourself, or like
But I think here's the thing with that is that we also love running errands together. Like I feel like
there
that-
are things we
there-
love doing together.
like
I
going
wish we
to
had our own
Walmart-
hobbies and our
Yes.
own, like I wish like we had our own set of friends that we could see all the time. Like I can't see my best friend Melissa every day. You know, I can see her maybe once a week. It works out for our schedule.
Yeah.
And for a couple hours, like that's
Yeah.
not enough. I need time every single day to have space away, and I want it to be productive. But then I'm like, the productive things, I don't have anyone to do it with. Or I could do it with her.
And we have so much
Like,
fun doing that stuff together, and
it's
that
just hard.
feels
It's such
like
a weird-
quality time to us as well. So it's like a weird balance. And like, I'm always home because my friends live literally like 2 hours away, so I don't see them that often. So like, and I don't have like friends in this area really. So like, it's mainly just like me alone, and then like we're truly fucking best friends. Like we just love hanging out and spending so much time together. But it's like
It just bites us in the ass.
it does bite
Yeah,
us in
but
the
which
ass
is why-
because then we're so irritated with each other, and I'm like, why is her breathing?
But that's what I mean, is you guys let it get to that place, and then when
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
okay, you're like, well, we love the
Yeah.
quality time together.
Yeah.
But then you let it get to that place again. But then you're like, well, there's core issues. Well, congratulations, you figured out what the core issue is.
No, it's
but instead of
communication, yeah.
right,
It
so
is.
instead of talking about it, you're right, to death or this or that and the other, I think that space, like prioritize making space. If it's going to get fucking gas on your own, even if you
Yeah.
like doing things together, go to fucking Walmart on your own and browse. Even if you fucking hate it, because it's not about, you know what I mean? What are you gonna say, baby?
No, it's good for our relationship for sure.
No, I was literally just gonna be like, even if you are like if you run errands together every single day, go every other day, like on your own, or twice a week.
Yeah.
It's
on
I
your
think it's
own.
hard when you work from home too, though. Like when we
Yeah.
work from
We're
home, we
both
work
bored.
together.
We
It's
wanna
like
get out
I'm
of the
bored. I
house.
want to get out and do something, and I don't want to do it alone. I want to be social, but I literally have Melissa and Kira to hang out with, you know? And like, it's like those people don't work from home. Those people have other lives. And it's like, so my options are do something alone and still be bored, or be at home doing something which is like very unproductive. Like I could go play fucking video games. I don't want to do that. I want to
But
be
why
out. I
not?
want to, that doesn't bring me any joy. Like it makes me feel bad.
Because you get like sucked in.
Yeah,
Like,
if I go play Sims right now, I'm not coming out for 6 hours, and I can't fucking stop myself. Like it's unproductive. It's distraction.
I guess my thing is that, like, why can't you have a healthy distraction like that?
It's
like,
not
what's so
healthy.
wrong? Why?
Playing video games all day, and
I don't think that's not on. If you're doing it all day, every day, and getting nothing
That's
done,
unhealthy.
that's
Yeah.
unhealthy.
but I'm getting nothing out of it. I always feel like shit after, because I'm like, wow, I just wasted this whole day that
Well,
could
you
have been
can't
productive.
hate it that fucking much if you can't stop for 6 hours.
No, but it's like it's very unhealthy.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to watch
I think
TV
that's
for
the
6
problem,
hours.
is
I
that
don't
I
want to
don't
play
think that's
video
an-
games.
that's
Can I
decompression
say that
time.
I think you're very hard on yourself, and I think that's something that you should bring up in your next actual
Oh,
therapy
she knows.
session.
Yeah.
No, but like
She
you are
knows.
disgustingly hard on yourself to a point where it's like, okay, like you are like, she will literally beat herself up about like not waking up early, and she'll literally spend the whole day like feeling down and negative because she'll waste the rest of the day because she's like in a negative space because she's that hard on herself. And like that, to me, if you could figure out how to not feel that way, I think you could get more enjoyment and like take your space and not feel like guilty
But
about
I have, when I'm
doing
here,
the
when I was
things.
in LA, I was really hard on myself because I'm like,
know.
I'm in LA. So what the fuck? Why can I not just spend a month of doing what I want to do and waking up early and being productive? But here, there's been so many times that I've had therapy sessions where I've literally been like, I woke up at noon today and I'm like, you know what? Like, I'll just make the most of the day. Like, it's circumstantial. Yeah.
But why are you like, I feel like you're like getting upset.
No, because you're like, you just say things like they're a fact and always, and you never give me any credit.
I don't feel like I never give you any credit. Never is a permanent word. I have absolutely given you credit.
Before in our lives, yes, you have.
Come on. Before in our lives.
I love this fucking episode so much.
Like,
let's
be
switch
so
the
for
topic.
real. You're saying I never give you credit, and only before in our lives.
I shouldn't have said never. What is that face?
Fix your face when you say that. Fix your face when you say that. Say it again. Just fix your face.
I shouldn't have said never.
No, it's fix your face. Makes it worse.
Anyways.
I love you guys, and that's all that counts.
I'm giving you both a gold star.
Oh, speaking of which.
Whoa.
Oh my
Great
God.
Whoa,
segue.
segue of the year, baby.
I feel like you should probably start.
Sure. Bet you do. Season 1. Here we are at the finale. And one of the clips we posted online went viral. Arguably for all the wrong reasons, or maybe all the right reasons, depending on how you see it. We played a clip from a past episode in which one of us had said, apparently you can't say gold star lesbians anymore.
It was me.
Yeah. I just didn't know if you want me to say it.
It's there.
I think everyone's seen the clip.
Yeah.
And I think, Carly, you said why.
Yeah.
And I was me and was like, because everyone's so fucking sensitive and blah, blah, blah. And then you, Murph, went on to an analogy that, this gives me rumblies in my tumblies in all the wrong ways when I talk about it. You went on to say it's because of like the participation medal thing, that like if you win an award, you can't celebrate like I won an award because somebody else didn't win an award. And that was the clip. And I'm gonna say a lot of people agreed with us, probably the majority, given the amount of likes, the amount of I don't want to say shares and like
Votes on the poll.
Yeah, we had a poll in which 70% said absolutely we agree, 30% said they didn't. It didn't go very viral initially, and then she went viral. And
It was so
yeah.
delayed too. I was like,
I know.
why are we here again?
Yeah.
So let's friggin' talk about it.
I
Your
can't wait.
dream.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pause because I'm getting heated. Somebody else can take it.
Okay. Are you me?
Yep.
I would love to. First and foremost, what I can take accountability for is I understand how using the analogy award could come across like I was saying, that it is an award to be a gold star. I fully get how that could have confused people.
Triggered some people.
Triggered some people, yes.
Let's just right off the bat, does anybody in this room genuinely believe that if you're a gold star lesbian, you are, or anybody who identifies as a gold star lesbian, you are above other lesbians?
No.
Right.
No.
None of us
Not
believe
even
that.
in the slightest.
Great. Continue.
Especially considering the fact that, let's go around the room. Are you a gold star?
Nope.
Have I ever made you feel less than because you've sucked a million dick?
Whoa,
Just kidding.
hang on.
Victor, are you a gold star?
Certainly not.
Have I ever made you feel like I was better than you
No.
because I've never sucked a dick?
You have not.
Cass,
Yes.
Carl, are you a
Baby.
gold star?
I am not.
I'm just kidding. Have I ever made you feel bad?
Yes.
Shut up.
No, you've never made me feel bad in a way of like you being better than me. You've
Yeah.
expressed
I hate it.
you
That
hate
you've been
it
with anybody
because of
else.
your own insecurities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's another topic, and that's also our business. So
That's within your relationship. Like
Yeah.
Murph isn't going around being like, fuck you.
Yeah.
All of you.
Yeah.
and you didn't come about it in like a hateful way.
No.
Like
I also only know maybe 3 gold stars. And
I
it
feel like you're
doesn't
the only
matter.
one I know.
Yeah, like it literally that's just something that I will bring up around my group of friends or when describing something about a man or when like just it's literally just a descriptive word for me, so you know that whatever I'm talking about also means I've never been with a man. Not that it doesn't have to matter to you, but to me I do prefer that context when speaking about things.
It gives a brief history.
Exactly, just so you can get to know me a little better.
yeah.
And if you watch the rest of what we were talking about, we had basically been saying how divided the community is. And my God, in the comments, did you not prove it, y'all? My fucking God, did you not prove how divided this community is? And for all the fucking wrong reasons, regardless of what side of the fence you're on that argument. You can't disagree with the fact that we're divided. Continue.
I am sick and tired of the LGBTQ plus community telling me what I can and can't identify as.
Given that's what we're fighting for.
Like the
We have
freedom
worked
to-
so hard to come up with all these new terms and be inclusive to everybody and give everybody a label and do whatever. And then there's also people who don't want a label and don't want like, and everything is fine. But do not tell me that I cannot refer to myself as a gold star because it offends you.
I think, sorry to interrupt here. I think if you are surrounding yourself with people that use a term, but while they're using it, it's to be disrespectful towards another person, I don't think that has anything to do with the label itself. It has something to do with the person that's using it.
100%.
Facts.
It is not my job to cater to your trauma. That is between you and your therapist. And that is truly how I feel. I'm not here to offend or be hateful or to call you any name, but I can call myself whatever I want.
Yeah.
And if you're triggered by it,
Touch grass.
same sentiment of like probably deal with your triggers.
Yes.
Because the example that I used was like, so people in the comments brought up sexual assault and said that it's not people being sensitive, it's people it's because it's outing people who have been sexually assaulted.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it, because one of my first experiences with a man was sexual assault. And although I have my own triggers with it, this, that, and the other, it is not the world's job to cater to my triggers. It is my job to work through my triggers. If my grandfather had a heart attack and died, and I went out for dinner 3 months later with a bunch of my friends, and they were like, oh my God, I'm so full, I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack. They're not a bad person for saying that. They're not mean. They're not being assholes towards me. But if it triggers me, it's because it's something that triggers me.
Yeah.
I have to work through that. It's not your job to eliminate the word heart attack from your vocabulary. It's my job to make sure that word doesn't trigger me because of something traumatic that I went through.
Exactly.
Is it not the same thing with that word?
To me it is, and I think a lot of the comments were just I mean, this is how I took it, is that a lot of these people have had negative experiences with people using this word directly towards them in like a negative or degrading or like shitty way. But that doesn't mean that we can't say it. We did not mean it in that way. The way that people, like, it obviously there was a miscommunication down the line. And then when we said it, then it turned into this whole conversation of like, oh, you're transphobic, you're biphobic, you're all the phobics.
But that's
and
the
it's
thing. We literally got into that conversation. Like, not all Christians are homophobic. Not all straight white men are racist. And not all lesbians think they're better than you if they're a gold star. Like,
yeah. And there's definitely people that have had experiences with fucking
Of
shitty
course.
people like that. And that honestly sucks for you. Like, we're sorry that you had such a negative experience, but that doesn't mean that you get to take away someone else's part of their identity
Or
because
pride.
they are. Yes, and I think the pride thing is like where it gets like
because what
on
I
the
saw a
fence,
comment
because it's
that was like,
why are you
from
prideful? Like, why does that make you like more prideful than me? Or you know what I mean? Like the word pride
the
gets
way that
like
the way
funny
that
in that
I
sense.
feel proud about being a gold star is because I read a comment too from 2005 to 2015. It was like heterosexuality was like thrown on you, and like you were meant like going through high school and everyone pressuring you before you come out when you're young, and like it's so normal to fall into that, just like, I'm gonna date a man, I'm gonna sleep with a man because I feel like I have to, where I felt like I didn't fall into that because I wanted to stay true to myself. And that does not mean that you're wrong for doing that. I'm just proud that I didn't have to go through that, and I feel like I can be without taking away from you.
The comments in that, like, on that video of people being like, oh wow, you didn't sleep with a man, here's a fucking cookie. I would like for you to go to the 12-year-old that's questioning their sexuality and say, well, you're not fucking special because you didn't sleep with a man. Like, they're
Sound weird then.
it's just like it's I'm so sorry, but like, it is something to be proud of. And like, 3 out of the 4 of us in this room don't have that experience.
Yeah.
We either were attracted to men and acted on it, or we didn't know, or whatever. That's still our experience, but that doesn't mean like the person that's going through it at that young age is not struggling because what, they feel weird, they feel different because everybody else around them is straight. They are doing the work, and like, thank God, like, they have the intuition at that age that they can be like, okay, something's different, let me explore that, and like, then they get to live their life in whatever way they choose.
And for the people that took what we said and that argument that you just said and said, but there's people who didn't have a choice to be a gold star because they were sexually assaulted. That's my entire point, is first and foremost, I'm sorry you went through that. It's fucking terrible. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. But I've had my experience with sexual assault. Anybody else in the room? I don't know if you've had an experience with it.
Yep.
So
I feel like most women
So
have.
So
but obviously talking strictly about, you know,
about
like
that kind of sexual
assault.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, but was your sexual assault the same as my sexual assault? Was it worse for you? Do you feel like it's worse for you? Are you assuming that I've never gone through a sexual assault, which is the only reason that I could possibly not be offended by the term gold star? That's what fucking bothered me, is the amount of people that came for us in the comments telling us who we were as people, because simply what we were saying was, if that's important to you, then go for it. Just like if somebody needs to be non-binary because they don't feel connected to gender, good for you. That is so important for you to be able to have that right. Just as if you're transgendered, that is so important to you to have that right. But where do we draw the line? Where is it not okay for you to be pansexual because it's mean to bisexuals, or us not to be able to say, use the term if that's important to you, because it's offending absolutely everyone else who doesn't agree with it?
Yeah.
Just because you are offended does not make you right. Let me say it again. Just because you are offended does not make you right. You want to know who's offended in the world? A whole bunch of Republicans that don't want trans people using fucking washrooms. They're offended. Does that make them right? Nope. So maybe you have something to be wrong about too, Steve.
Let's also touch on the fact and clarify, because we obviously didn't in the last episode because it wasn't brought to our attention in the way that it was once it was released, that all of us agree that if you were sexually assaulted and you did not have consensual sex with a man, and you feel like we still feel like you are a gold star.
Yeah, like-
because that is not the same thing. Like you being sexually assaulted is not sex, that is rape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did not have sex
exactly.
with a man.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are a gold star if that makes you feel good. We never once said you can't call yourself a gold star. You can call yourself whatever you want. Just don't
Whatever's
get
important
mad.
to
Don't
you.
get mad
The
at me for calling me
that,
what I
yes,
want.
and that's
Yeah.
the core issue is that people were telling us we can't call ourselves. Well, I'm not a gold star, but like,
Yeah.
gold stars cannot call themselves gold stars.
Yeah.
and that's the whole fucking point. Like, you can literally call yourself whatever the fuck you want to call yourself, or whatever makes you feel comfortable. However you identify, we do not care. We literally support everyone. We are just saying that people are really fucking sensitive, because it's like we can't say shit about anything, whether it's gold star, whether it's about our own sexuality, whether it's about this fucking coffee table, without it hurting someone else's feeling. And that's just the way of the world right now. You are never going to please the masses. Like, if you strive to do that, you will just always miserably fucking fail.
That's why you
You
can
cannot
only talk
please-
about yourself and refer to
Exactly.
yourself
Yeah.
how you want
Exactly.
and explain your own experiences. And no one can get mad at you for that, in my opinion.
Well, and like,
if you're not
If
being
you're not
hateful,
hurting anybody
yeah.
else, yeah.
Well, but it is hurting people. That's the thing. But I'm saying that, like, if you're not being hateful,
Yeah.
and you're not,
But
you
it's-
don't have
yeah, exactly.
like
It's not a
malicious
hateful word.
intent.
and like, that's just it.
Exactly. Intention is everything.
And like, I feel like it's tough because we say it and then people just automatically bring that energy
Yeah.
to it. And like, we didn't bring that. And I understand, like, people had really bad experiences, but again, like, if you're surrounding yourself with people that make you feel like shit about your past, probably don't have them around.
Yeah.
Because like, it doesn't have anything to do with the actual label itself.
No, it's
And, like-
it is how people use it. Like if you've had a bad experience with someone who calls themselves a gold star and thinks that they're better than you, then don't be around that person.
Yeah, because they're shit.
That has nothing to do with the term. That has to do with the person.
It also has nothing to do with like sexual orientation or anything. There's shitty straight people. There's shitty gay people. There's shitty non-binary people. There's shitty trans people. If you're an entitled fucking person, I don't care how you identify. I don't fucking like you because you're an entitled piece of shit.
Yeah.
Isn't it not? Is it? I don't understand why it does. I just
Deep breaths.
don't take away my place in the world because you haven't found yours yet. Don't do that. Don't take away anybody's place in the fucking world because you haven't put the fucking same work as I have or anybody else sitting on this couch has in finding their place. It takes a fucking lot of work. It's not fucking easy. We all have gone through our shit. We all have our ups and downs just as you do. And you can't avoid it because the world doesn't fucking owe you anything.
And if a stranger on the internet affects you that much by what they say, then I feel like you need to work on your self-confidence and know your own worth, because no one here needs to validate how you feel. You need to feel good about yourself and who you are as a person.
Well, I also feel like, like, coming from somebody who doesn't obviously identify as a gold star lesbian, like, I'm not offended by it because I also, like, am proud of the fact that, like, you know, I lived a lifestyle and then still figured out who I was in the long run. Like,
Yeah.
what part of you telling me about your sexual history takes away from me?
Yeah,
like,
because we have different experiences.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
we ended up in the same place.
Exactly,
We're both
and we're
lesbians,
both proud.
and we're fucking happy to be here.
Yeah, exactly.
Most of the time, but
Aw, thick.
I meant
Honestly,
like
same though.
I meant in the community, but
Oh,
Not in being
I mean-
alive. I understand.
also sometimes. But I just, it's like, okay, but like, do the work to then be proud of your past. Like, it's not.
Accept
There's
it.
nothing to
Accept
be
yourself, yeah.
ashamed of.
No,
I'm
like-
literally so fucking proud of like the journey
Yeah.
that I've been on. And like, obviously, I mean, I feel like I can't even speak on this because I'm not a lesbian. I'm a pansexual. I'm,
No, but
you know, attracted to literally everyone. But like, it is still
Not I'm attracted to anyone. I'm attracted to everybody.
I do not
Shoot your
discriminate.
shot.
I love everybody. Not saying that bisexuals discriminate, lesbians discriminate.
Yeah,
like,
fuck.
I have to cover all my bases, but I'm just speaking from my own personal experience. Like, it is something to be so proud of. And like, I feel like there's so many like things you can take from your past. Like, there's so many lessons, and like it yeah, like you should just be able to like celebrate where you've been where you are now, and like it's
Yeah.
not a negative thing.
Yeah, and if
being
you-
a
if you
lesbian
can't,
and like
you still
fucking a
have work
pan
to
is
do.
not a negative
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
That's the end of
Exactly.
it. If you cannot do what you just said, you still have work to do. And the world's not going to do that fucking work for you. I'm sorry if that sounds harsh, and I'm sorry if it sounds blunt, but I'm not going to spare your feelings in the middle of getting to the end of it, which is do the fucking work. And if you can't, and if you still have trauma, I am so sorry, because I know what that feels like. I haven't had a silver spoon in my mouth my whole life, and I don't think any one of us can fucking say that we have. We've all been through so much shit, and you may have too, but you have to put in the work to fucking figuring it out and taking away, as I said before, like taking away somebody else's place in the world because you can't figure out how to find yours is never the fucking answer, in my opinion.
Also, I think it's important to touch on the fact that people were saying that it's transphobic
Yeah.
and biphobic, and not inclusive to people. Not all terms have to be inclusive to people. That's the point of a term and a descriptive word. Yeah, the term fits you. It doesn't have to fit you. It fits whoever it fits. It doesn't have to be inclusive to everybody. And how could it possibly be biphobic if being a bi person means you want to sleep with other genders? So the whole point is,
So you wouldn't
it's
relate to it
impossible.
anyway.
You wouldn't want to be a gold star because you fit
Another mold.
another mold.
Yeah.
Also, when we were called transphobic, trans people commented on that comment saying, I'm literally trans and I'm not offended by this at all.
But if you have sex with a trans woman and consider yourself a gold star, then consider yourself a gold star.
do whatever you want.
Like, the fight is that trans women are win, and like that's a beautiful fight, and I'm so glad we're getting there. But then to that, like when it doesn't work in your favor for a different argument, are you not taking away that progress? Because the amount of people that just were like, well, that's transphobic. I'm like, well, are you not then doing more disservice
Yeah.
to the trans community by not just including them?
Yeah.
Isn't that the whole point?
Yeah.
Like, you're supposed to, like,
That's a good point.
if you are fighting for equality, start just treating yourself as an equal, and I believe people will follow.
Yeah.
Because if somebody were to say, I'm a gold star lesbian, but I just had sex with a trans woman, so I'm not a gold star lesbian anymore. First of all, that person's trash.
But that's also on you.
Yeah.
If you now don't feel like a gold star, don't consider
Then
yourself a
don't be
gold
a
star.
star.
And like, you're just going to stop using the term.
Yeah. Also, you don't have to use the term. If you've only
Yeah.
had sex with women and don't
Yeah.
call yourself a gold star, then don't call yourself a gold star.
Yeah.
You don't have to. I just call myself that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have to call yourself that.
I just
But
like it's
simple.
it's the perfect example of how divided, and like there's bigger fucking problems.
There-
Like there's such bigger problems with our community that we should be fighting for, and instead we're having this stupid fucking argument. And I'm sorry to you, it doesn't seem stupid. I'm sorry to you, it doesn't seem stupid. I think that it's stupid, and I'm not changing my opinion about it.
And you should not. I don't think that just because like well, literally like thousands of comments were like, this is wrong. Like, I'm so glad that like we are so confident in ourselves and who we are and like what we stand by, that like we're not changing our beliefs just because
Yeah.
people didn't like it. I think that what we as a podcast could take accountability for is
The delivery.
the delivery.
100%.
And I think that it did come off super aggressive.
Yeah, we
And,
were- yeah, we were heated.
and
All of us were very
we were
heated.
heated.
Yeah.
And like that is our fault for like delivering the message in that way, because I think that a lot of people agree with like our underlying message, but like
Yeah.
I think the delivery probably swayed some people's like views of us, which
I also think
We
it's
can take accountability for that.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's the delivery. I also think we posted 15 seconds of a 10-minute conversation,
Yeah.
in which we were a little more well-rounded, and instead we did the like
Clickbait.
The clickbait. We
Yeah.
we did the clickbait, and we wanted as many views as we could get, and
Yeah.
we got as many views as we could get.
Yeah.
we
and
also-
that's social
yeah.
media, unfortunately.
Transparently,
that's the
That is
internet.
the internet. Like, we are in this business. That's the internet.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, which you're right. We can take accountability for.
yeah.
There was one comment that really, really pissed me off.
What?
I mean, there was a lot of them, but there was one that stood out, and I like, honest
stuck
to
out.
God, have probably thought about it every single day since. And there
What
was
was it?
this.
I need to know what the comment
I
was.
didn't read any of them, I don't think.
I'm getting there.
I know. I'm just like the buildup is
Chill.
crazy.
There was a guy that commented saying, in the gay community, there's gold star gays. There's also platinum gays who were born C-section.
Yeah, who've never even touched a vagina
And
on
like,
the way out.
okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's called
Yeah,
platinum.
platinum
A
gay.
platinum gay.
Platinum gay. Yeah.
They call themselves
Like,
platinum gay because
they've
the mom had a
physically
C-section.
never.
So they've never even touched
Yeah.
a
That's
crew.
hilarious.
hilarious?
Yeah.
I love that.
But the guy that
Oh, you're gonna get canceled. So
the guy that commented
Spill
it
water all over me.
was like,
That's hilarious.
I'm not a gold star gay and I don't care. And then somebody responded and was like, well, you're a white man, so you actually can't have an opinion on issues in the queer community. And I said, oh,
Okay, first of all, why white?
Why did you spill everywhere all over yourself? Have you ever drank out of a water bottle before?
I fully
oh, says you. Has anybody seen you drink out of a water bottle? Yeah, stupid. Grow up.
Yeah. But you know what? She didn't spill. So I'll give her that.
Excuse me.
Sorry, continue, baby.
no. I just was like, holy
Okay. First of all, why does it matter if he's a white man?
Everything
First
matters
of all.
if they're a white man. Everything matters about everything.
But he's still just as much part of the community as the person that was commenting it.
We're talking
100%.
about the LGBTQ plus community. If you'd like to have a conversation about race, of course, that's a
Separate
separate
conversation,
conversation.
yeah.
But to be candid with you, I don't know if 4 white people sitting around a couch are going to touch on race. That's not fair. That's
Yeah.
not fair for us to do. We weren't talking about race. We were talking about the community in which we are all a part of in different ways. And then somebody from the community talked about the community, and then somebody else said, but you're white.
I'm exhausted.
I'm tired.
But
I
someone
just-
also did comment and was upset by our video and asked us if we knew any black women. So
Which, like, but
if they must have thought we were being not inclusive to black women or that we were racist as well.
I just don't know
Okay,
what
I feel like
part.
I
So
need to
let's-
look up why. Like, I need answers because this to me is so confusing. Like,
Can you just tell everybody that your whole entire family is black?
yeah, my whole entire family is black. So, yes, we know black women, we know
I
black
guess
men, we
just-
know black people.
But like, where did that come from?
But why does it like I'm lacking the education to understand why people feel the need to bring race into the conversation
Yeah.
that we've been having about the community.
Well, we know the answer to that. And it's, again, something that we just can't talk about, which is going to be the case. And not for any other reason like that. Like, if we had people of color on the podcast, I would love to have the conversation.
Yeah.
But like 4 white people sitting on a couch, fuck, isn't that the fucking age old? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
4 fucking white people talking about race as if, you know what I mean? And I think that's fair. Like, I'm not angry about that. I'm not like, oh my God, it's exhausting. Like, no, that's fair. But to talk about a queer issue and to have people of color make it a racial issue, you're right. Am I missing something?
That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
I'm
Why?
looking it up.
Like,
I'm trying
what-
to find the connection. I don't see anything about race and Gold Star.
Like,
I
no
don't see
correlation.
no correlation from my research. I'm doing very quickly on Google. I'm not deep diving, but I'm trying to
And, like, educate us.
No,
No,
I'm really
that's
trying to
why I'm
educate us
asking.
because
I want to
maybe we're
know
just ignorant. That's
how
what-
race got brought into this situation.
Okay, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking up the history of Gold Star and seeing like what the situation is.
Yeah. And listen, there were other also huge conversations. I think the biggest takeaway from me, or for me, excuse me, is how exhausting the like good fight is, because we're constantly being held back by people in our community that will fight each other anyway. If you agree with this next part, like, you're just ignorant. There's no possible way you can disagree with the fact that there's a divide amongst gays and lesbians. There's a divide amongst people within the community and non-binary people. There's a divide amongst people among the community and trans people. There is so much divide amongst everyone. And but then all of a sudden, when somebody outside the community is like, you're annoying, people are like, you can't say that. Oh, they can't?
Yeah.
But you're being annoying.
Yeah.
I wish there wasn't a community. I wish there wasn't like, why can't we all just exist and be who we want to be? And like, obviously you have your people that make you feel supported and make you feel good. And like, it is nice to have people to lean on. Unfortunately, I feel like we are losing that in our community because it is so segregated.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand why
a straight white man can't say this, and a black queer woman can't say this, and us can't, like, there, so many people just can't say things. But if nothing is meant with hate, then why does it matter?
Yeah, I think the only thing I disagree with is like the community, wishing there wasn't community, only because I think that having a sense of community often makes you feel safe. The problem is that when inside the community, they're making
more
you
that's
feel
what I'm saying,
safe.
you're
That's
gonna
the
feel
problem.
safe.
Community right
So why
now.
can't we all just fucking exist?
I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know my opinion on that.
Okay, so sorry, quickly back to like the gold star history. The three main reasons why the term is like frowned upon is because it's purist. So meaning like when the term we use has the word gold star in it, it's a simple fact about a person's sexual history suddenly is like met with a sense of achievement, as if being a gold star lesbian is somehow better, more righteous, more pure, more queer than like a bisexual person, pansexual, etc. Second reason is that it's been used to justify biphobia. And it's like,
if
why
you're
would-
doing that, you're a shitty human being.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
it's been used to justify transphobia. And there's
How, though?
There's okay, so it says, remember that dialogue from the L Word. Someone who's gay who's never had sex with a person of the opposite sex. People who bump uglies with uglies. So I guess Carmen and Bet had a pretty narrow definition of lesbian sex, and they're not alone. Some real people in the world have interpreted gold star lesbian to mean a vulva owning lesbian, presumably a cis woman who has only had sex with other vulva owning people, presumably other cis
Yes.
women. So
That
but it's
is the
saying
term. That's the
some,
definition.
but this is why they're saying it's frowned upon, is because some people in the real world have interpreted it that way.
Yeah. Fuck.
Some
And
people in the
who
world.
is that on?
That is not us. We are
Some people
not
in the
doing
world
that.
have interpreted trans people as bad, which is why they can't use the washrooms. Are they right? No, we can concretely say that they're fucking wrong. So like, why can't you make the same argument for your side of it? Like, I just don't get it.
But that's the thing. I disagree with you in that, because no one is right or wrong. It's all just opinion. So let people have their opinion. If you keep it to yourself.
No, I'm saying
and
when it's hateful. I'm saying when like people are fighting against like a trans person using a bath. Like if you're a trans woman going into the women's bathroom and people are like, you can't. And then they all of a sudden don't have a bathroom. to
Yeah, that's what
use.
I'm saying. I think they can think that they shouldn't be allowed. I think you should be able to have that opinion, but just not. Yes.
Yeah,
don't
you
hate
have
on
the
it.
freedom
Don't
of
say
opinion.
you
People are
can't.
acting about
People
it,
need to
right?
stop
Yeah.
saying you can't. You can. If
Right.
you're not being hateful, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can say whatever the fuck you
Yeah, you
want.
can think whatever you want.
You can think whatever you want.
As long as you're not fucking. Yeah.
That's-
yeah.
yeah.
That I get.
Yeah. Again, it's just all about intention, and we do not have any bad intentions, regardless of what people on the internet may think. We know who we are. We're confident in how we identify, the terms that we use, and we use what's best for us. I'm sorry if that does not fit your mold, or if you don't feel comfortable using it.
Like, you don't have to.
I love that for you. Like, it's just as simple as that. We're going to use what makes us feel comfortable, and we hope you do the same. And by anything that makes us feel comfortable, like, it is not hateful to anyone else. Unless it's like a strictly hate word. Like
Yeah.
a hateful fucking word. Like,
And you
it's-
saying that it offends you doesn't mean that it's a hateful word.
but the
And
point
you're
is
saying it
that
offends you.
everyone
Yeah.
interprets it different, and some people have interpreted gold star
as a negative word. Yeah.
And if you're
So
around
don't
people
use
that
it.
use it negatively, I'm sorry that you've met those people.
And reconsider your friends.
yeah,
Literally.
reconsider. Yeah, people in your life.
Yeah, maybe cut some people off.
Oh my god.
Okay, does everyone feel like they've gotten everything in terms of that off their chest? How are we feeling? Let's
talk
do
about
it
it for 7
let's
hours.
do a little debrief.
I think
about that.
I'm satisfied.
Okay.
What about you, baby?
I think so.
Yeah.
Your face is saying something different.
I'm like trying to figure out if there's like
Can't see your face.
one experience that I had that I want to talk about
Okay.
with a past partner
Okay.
where I was kind of shamed, for never questioning my gender, which was crazy. Like, I was told that I was kind of like less than because I never questioned it.
They
And
were
it-
non-binary. More
yes.
information.
Oh
if
yeah.
needed.
So sorry. They were non-binary, and like just made me feel like shit because I never went through that. Which I just feel
But
like
why
it's,
would you have to question your gender if you don't feel like, if you feel like comfortable within your own
yeah.
gender? Like, I don't feel like you have to.
I feel like it's just like everybody's just trying to push somebody into a box, and like if it doesn't resonate, just don't force me.
Yeah.
And like that just kind of goes across, like it doesn't resonate with me, so I'm not going to use it, but it resonates with you. Have at her.
Yeah.
Have at her.
Have at her.
Rip around or
Shooting shit.
Shooting shit.
shoot
It's
the
just
shit.
like I feel like there's just so many issues in the community. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
I love you.
I love you too.
take a bite.
That's romantic.
Yeah, I was gonna.
I'm closer. I'll do it.
Do it.
No, I just feel like we're just in such a really strange place in the community right now, and like there's no
in the world.
Well, yeah, in the world in general, but like it's like obviously
Yeah.
that's.
But
really
I
weird.
feel like when things like times like this happen, the other side of it is tangible change. I really do believe that.
I hope so.
Hopefully for the better. There's a lot of really tough things happening in the world right now, and I think while some people feel concrete in it, other people are like finding their way. And I don't listen. Finding your way in the state of where the world is now, I'm not envious of you. Like I'm not envious of anybody that needs to go through that, and I'm sorry. But hopefully you find some peace. I don't know what else to say about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not angry about it or anything. We just...
We're not angry. We're passionate.
I know,
we are passionate.
And also, I think. Do you guys hear my belly growling?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
What are we
why-
gonna eat for dinner?
I'm just starving.
That's
Okay.
my question. 24/7 is what are we gonna eat for breakfast? What are we gonna eat for lunch? What are we gonna have for snack? And what are we gonna eat
You're
for dinner?
exhausting.
You guys don't eat. You never eat and you
We had
never
breakfast
snack.
this morning.
You'll
No,
have
you
breakfast
guys
and
don't
dinner.
eat.
You have breakfast and dinner.
That's because Ozempic.
Yeah, that's
So I
The
don't-
whole
I
time,
don't-
the whole time I've known you.
Yeah,
that's
I feel like
true.
you've never really been like really
Yeah.
big
I
into-
need to be
When I'm
eating
away, I don't have an
constantly.
appetite. Like when I'm away, I just want to do things. I want to experience things.
Like
don't
good
make
food?
a fucking fat joke, okay? And then, like, I just not snaggy when I'm with you. I want to snag on you.
I got some
Speaking
zero
of snagging on
calories.
each other.
Kiss.
Anyway.
Not the.
Yes. Okay, as we're coming to an end for our final session in this season of Not Your Therapist, the first inaugural season. Good word, eh?
a big
That
word.
vocabulary got you going.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We'll make it later.
Ding-a-ling.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Ding-a-ling.
I feel like a couple of us should share like what we're proud of about this podcast, not to gas ourselves up.
I think it's
Always
important
to
to gas
gas
yourself.
Yeah.
Always.
I'm very proud of what we were able to accomplish and all the things we talked about, but maybe we just, I don't know, Carl, what do you think?
Yeah, I think, well, first of all, I think we should give ourselves a round of applause because
Love that.
because
Ego. Just
number
kidding.
one, I think that we are all like dreamers, and sometimes it's hard to put your big ideas into motion and into reality. And I think we were able to successfully do this. At the beginning, we thought we'd have to hire a whole fucking team. We thought we were going to have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on like studios and hiring people and editors and this and that. And you know what we did? We fucking taught ourselves how to do every single thing. We did everything from scratch. And like, I feel like what we've accomplished in one season is just really incredible. And we've all worked really hard. And working together as friends, like you never know how it's going to go, but it's been smooth sailing so far.
Yeah.
Knock
I think
on
what's actually
wood.
beautiful about it is that it I think what's beautiful about it is that it hasn't necessarily been smooth sailing, but we've been able to work through everything.
Like, Yes,
communicate
exactly.
really, really
Yeah.
beautifully. And
Yeah.
get
That's
through
so
it.
true.
Yeah.
Secondly, I'll give someone else a chance to speak, I promise. But another thing I want to point out,
Guess who's not being invited back next time?
just the three of us. So secondly, I just want to point out that it is, although we do choose to share our lives on the internet, it is extremely difficult and very vulnerable to like be super open about personal things that we've gone through. Our relationship issues is such a touchy one. Like coming on here and like just airing out our dirty laundry is so nerve-wracking, but I think we do it in the hopes that it will help people feel less alone and maybe help people see different perspectives in their relationships and just like see that like not everything is how it seems to be, this like amazing fucking problem-free zone online. So I'm really proud of us all for like being so vulnerable and being able to share our real life shit with the world and like trying our best to not give a fuck what people say about it. And you know, I think that's amazing because like, although, you know, I feel like it's easier I feel like to come online and like talk about the negative things because they're all like so juicy and like like I feel like no one really cares to hear about like all the good days that we have together, but it's like
they wanna hear
people
about.
can resonate and they want to hear the fucking tea with what's going on like behind closed doors. So I'm really proud of us for being able to like share that, and it's not always easy, but yeah, we do it for you guys, and we hope you guys take at least little bits of our podcast and they can help you in some way. So that's what I'm proud of us for.
I'm so proud of us for just fucking making waves. And like we're out here having the taboo and like really hard conversations that most people either don't have or they do it behind closed doors with only the people that they're super duper comfortable with. And I think that part of making progress and change is by having those conversations. And might feel like shit at the time because, you know, a lot of people disagree, but I think it's really cool that we get to open up the floor for a lot of people that might not feel, you know, welcome in the community because they have different views or opinions on certain things that are happening. So yeah, I think it's just interesting kind of being like the people to do that. And I think it's great.
I love that.
Beautiful way of putting it. Yeah, I'm proud of the fact that, yeah, I think, you know, we turn off the cameras and sometimes we're like, that was a tough episode, or like, you know, wow, we talked about something not necessarily controversial. Sometimes they are controversial, but just like personally tough. And I agree with you, Carl, but and I think it's beautiful that we're able to continue doing it because we know the benefit that it has. And one of my fondest memories of this season was when we talked about gender identity and how we feel. And I explained, you know, why I don't feel that I'm trans, but, you know, I just explained my gender identity and the amount of messages that like I got saying like, there was a mom that messaged me saying, I think this is how my daughter feels and I'm going to show this with her because I think it'll help her because she hasn't been able to explain this to me. And it gives, you know, like that's the whole reason why we're doing it. And I know that we're going to talk about controversial things, and I know sometimes there's going to be a lot that people don't, you know, agree with, but I will say this to my core. I'm very proud of every person in this room. I think we are good people to our cores. And I think that we open the floor for conversation because we're all so willing and eager to learn and keep growing and keep, you know, understanding each other inside this group and out. And I'd say that's my favorite part of what we're doing with this.
100%.
I feel like I have to piggyback on all of you. Like the
Sorry for going last.
yeah. You should have went last because you're so good with your goddamn fucking
say.
words. No, the vulnerability, I don't think that is shared online enough. And not just the vulnerability of like crying, but talking about deep rooted issues and trauma. And like how often do you see a couple on YouTube or TikTok talking about their problems? You don't. You literally don't.
Yeah.
It's just
and I
a
feel like I would
highlight reel.
love to see that growing up, and I never saw it. So I feel like we're making waves in that way. I feel like we are having such important conversations that nobody has because they're scared of the community and they're scared of the world and they're scared of other people having different opinions. And it is intimidating knowing that you could get hate for the things that we're saying. But I love just how confident we are in our opinions and how willing we are to learn and educate ourselves, but also stick to what we truly feel and not fall into the people pleasing aspect and just getting in line with everybody else. Like I like that we have different opinions and we're willing to say them.
Yeah. Push boundaries comfortably, you know?
Yeah. And I think like we all, on behalf of all of Not Your Therapist, just want to thank every single person for watching, for supporting us, for listening, for like anyone who's like left a comment or just like congratulated us or like asked for advice. Like all of the support means the world to us. I think we're just like so excited to be doing this together, and it's truly like a dream to see the response to it. And for like 99% of maybe with the hate, like 95% of it has been mostly positive. Yeah, we just want to thank you guys so much for the support, and we just can't thank you enough. And we're so grateful to everyone who's been along this journey and has like laughed and cried with us and been mad with us
And asked for Rhoda's number.
and asked for Rhoda's number.
Can we call them our clients?
Oh my God, that's gangster.
Can
Yeah,
that be
yes.
our group name,
Yeah,
like our
the
fan
clients.
base name, like the
All right.
clients?
Yo, that's actually
that.
sick.
Cool.
We love
Thank
our
you to the
clients.
We love our
Yeah.
clients.
to the core.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cute.
A little contradicting, but I like it.
Yeah.
Not your
Wow,
therapist.
shocking.
Clients, yeah.
Wait, do you guys like clients? Let us know. You let us know.
I guess they're supposed to make up their own name, but whatever.
Yeah, you guys figure out a name for you guys.
Yeah, true.
I'm so controlling.
Yeah, Jesus. One of the biggest pieces of feedback that we got as we wrap up, we promise we won't do any more 32-minute episodes. We will make them
It'll be longer.
Yeah.
We gave you a nice long session this time because y'all deserved it and you've been asking. I don't know how long it'll end up being, but long enough. So next season, we're coming back with longer episodes, and we're going to continue to be vulnerable and real and honest and transparent, because that's what you can expect from all four of us. So,
And wait, maybe a tour?
oh my God.
Who said that? There was also another feedback that I wanted to point out.
Okay.
A lot of the people were asking if Carly and Vic could kiss.
I did hear that, actually.
I saw all of those comments too.
And that's all, folks.
Cheers, squares. I just didn't see it. I didn't see it. They asked me.
And that's the season finale, folks. We hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next season. We love you guys so much. And cheers, queers.
Cheers. Cheers. Yeah.
Cheers. 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 Cheers, queers.
I'm delirious.
I'm fucking dead.
All season we've been asking.